Hey guys, it's Caitlin. Welcome to my channel. Today's video, we're gonna make my December TBR, and I actually made one of those little TBR jars. So there's a bunch of little prompts in here that will basically guide what I'm reading for December. I thought this would be a fun idea just because it might make my reading a little bit diverse. It might make me pick books that I wasn't really planning on reading. With that said, I do have 2 books I definitely want to read in December, so I'm hoping they fit some of the criteria on these prompts. I also don't have books that fit the criteria of all these prompts. So I actually picked out a few books on Amazon that are in my shopping cart just in case I want to order something to fit the prompt, because I really only have these 2 book stacks that are unread. It's about 20 books, which is pretty impressive, I think. Hopefully I could just pick from what I have, but I guess we'll see. I think I'm gonna pick maybe 3 to 5 prompts, just depending on what I get and how long these books are. I'm just gonna go in and, okay, since this just flew out at me, I think this is what we need to pick. 2-word title. That shouldn't be too hard. We have The Adolescent, that's 2 words. Is that the only 2 word? Oh no, okay. Let's check this. Bleak House. What is this book called? That's 3 words. Why don't I have a book that's 2 words, that's not giant? Okay. I guess this is how the prompts are gonna go. This is horrible. These are our options for 2-word titles. How horrible. Not that these books I think are horrible. They're just so long and not really what I wanted to read. So first we have The Adolescent, which is by Dostoevsky. I have a bookmark in this. I kind of started it and put it down. Let's see. I made it about 30 pages. I was liking it. I just didn't want to read a Russian. And then we have Bleak House by Dickens. This is, I think it's over 1,000 pages. Am I correct? It's almost 1,000. So I'm gonna have to go with The Adolescent on this, just because it is substantially shorter. And I have been thinking about picking this book back up recently. I just haven't been able to read long books since I read The Count of Monte Cristo earlier this year. I don't know why, I don't know what it is, but between these 2 books, I'm definitely feeling some Dostoevsky. So now I really might only pick 2 more books just because this book is so long. I'm really gonna dig in here. Okay, another one. I also colored them. This one you can't see. It's too bright. It's like a highlighter yellow and then a blue. A book that makes me think of winter. This is actually perfect. I didn't plan this, I swear. I have 2 books on my TBR that are winter books. The first one is Beartown by Frederick Bachman. I bought this last year, I think, and never got to it. But I definitely want to read it this year. And then the other book I have is Castle in the Clouds by Kirsten Gier. I don't have a physical copy. I think I'm just gonna read it on my iPad. But I think for this prompt, I'm gonna pick Beartown. Yeah, that feels right because I really want to read this. Let's get in here. I'm trying to just get really deep in the jar. Okay. Let's see. Under 150 pages. Thank God, because I have almost, I think this is about 800 pages. So under 150 pages. I know of one. I don't really want to read it. But let's check If on a Winter's Night, A Traveler by Italo Calvino. Nope, 252. I think all these are over 150. What about, I feel like this is over 150, but Brave New World, yeah, over 200 pages. Okay, this guy, oh no, oh no, no, no. This guy has to be under 150. Perfect, this is 120 pages. This is called On Human Slaughter by Elizabeth Bruenig. I saw this on Instagram one day, and I won't lie, I bought this because of the cover and the title. But this sounds really interesting. I'll read the blurb on the back. Elizabeth Bruenig's sensitive reporting pulls back the curtain on a routine crisis in America's death chambers, state executioners' inability to kill the condemned humanely. She takes readers to the torturous final moments of death row inmates while considering the often heinous crimes that led to their sentences. Thoughtful and profound, Bruenig's writing negotiates the culture of violence in America, asking what's at stake when we refuse to see the humanity in those who have done the inhumane. So now we have 3 books. I'm probably gonna do 2 more. Okay. Oh my. Oh. Do I pick the one that fell out or the one in my hand? I think the one that fell out. Cute little color. Okay, a book that is white. I think it's sitting right next to me. Taking a look. Oh, okay, I have 2. So I have If on a Winter's Night, a Traveler by Italo Calvino and Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. I kind of want to pick this book just because it is so pretty, and I bought it last year, so haven't read it. It also has winter in the title, and we're going into December, but I don't really think it has anything to do with winter. It's also shorter, and I'm not really feeling a dystopian right now. So I think we're gonna go with Calvino. It's kind of exciting. I don't know. Okay, I'll read the back. If on a Winter's Night, a Traveler turns out to be not 1 novel, but 10, each with a different plot, style, ambience, and author, and each interrupted at a moment of suspense. Together they form a labyrinth of literatures, known and unknown, alive and extinct, through which 2 readers, a male and a female, pursue the storylines that intrigue them and one another. I know this made rounds on YouTube last year, and I bought it last year because of that. I actually think I read the back in a previous video, but I just never got to it. But it is so pretty. My exposure is a little high right now, but it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm debating on if I should put 1 more book on my TBR because I really do want to read Castle in the Clouds by Kirsten Greer. Like, that is on my TBR, even though I didn't pick anything that correlates with it. But I'll pick 1 more. I'll do 1 more. If I get to it, great. If I don't, sorry. Okay. No, I feel this one. Okay. Little one. What is it? I very much regret everything I've just said. 800 plus pages. I just know that's not even gonna happen. Like, I really know in my heart that's not happening. Not with these. Not with all these, plus the other books. I have 2 books, over 800 pages. I already showed you Bleak House by Charles Dickens. This is the shorter of the 2 books. And then we have War and Peace. I don't really know what to do right now. Part of me is thinking, okay, I could start one and just read it into January, February, if need be. I'm also a little unsure on what I should pick because I've been wanting to read War and Peace for so long. Anna Karenina was just astounding. It was like perfect. I really have no critiques on it. And I think about it so often and those characters and their relationships. And I've really been wanting to read War and Peace because I've missed Tolstoy and his writing. But I'm already reading a big Russian this month. I'm reading The Adolescent. And I don't know. I don't like reading 2 Russians really at the same time. Also, let's just take a little look at this beautiful vintage classics edition. Y'all know, you guys know that I can't even hold this up to show you. I love a vintage classics edition. Love it. But then we have Bleak House. I got Bleak House because a lot of it is about the legal system in Britain, and that interests me. I also haven't read anything from Dickens yet besides A Christmas Carol. So this will be like my first big work by him. I'll read the back. As the insurmountable case of Jarndyce and Jarndyce grinds its way through the Court of Chancery, it draws together a disparate group of people. Ada Clare and Richard Carstone, whose inheritance is gradually being devoured by legal costs. Esther Summerson, a ward of court, the menacing lawyer Tulkinghorn, the determined sleuth Inspector Bucket, and even Joe, a destitute crossing sweeper. A savage indictment of a society that is rotten to the core, Bleak House is one of Dickens' most ambitious novels, a range that extends from the drawing rooms of the aristocracy to the London slums. That sounds good. That sounds fun. I like how everyone in Dickens novels seems to have like really fun names. I don't know. I feel like how could I not choose War and Peace, but I'm leaning towards not choosing War and Peace. So I think I'm gonna go with Bleak House. Not only is it shorter, but I've really been wanting to read a Dickens. I don't know, it just feels right. So here is my TBR for December. It is very ambitious because I'm also still reading 2 books. I'm reading White Walls, a collection of short stories by Tatiana Tolstaya, somewhat relative of Tolstoy. And then I'm also reading Perfume by Patrick Suskinder. That's his name, right? Yeah, that's his name. But I am in the middle of those 2 books. Now I have 5 in my hand, plus The Castle in the Clouds. So I guess we're gonna see what happens. I will be vlogging myself reading my TBR. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you want to see that. And yeah, that's it for this video. That's my December TBR. I don't know if you've read any of these books. Let me know what's on your December TBR in the comments. I'd love to know. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.